Most of you know I lost my husband in 2020 due to COVID. He was never sick. He never spent time in the hospital at all. He's not the sickly type, so you won't say, oh, he's always in and out of the hospital, right? He had diabetics, of course. When he caught COVID, of course, we didn't know. We had to pretty much force him to go to the hospital. He went to the hospital. He stayed 3 days and died. Imagine that chaos. Somebody was walking around the house on Friday, Monday, he's there. Nothing. He walked, walking around the house, nothing, no coffee, nothing. So when he went to hospital and died, it took me a while. And the reason why I say give control to God, he says, he will take care of our needs. There was so much worries I had. Of course, I had so much worry. He was a breadwinner. He was an attorney in Houston. He was a breadwinner. He set a life up that all I did was support. But I didn't know the power I had. I didn't know all along. I was actually indirectly doing it. But of course, he stays in front. I was doing what he was doing. But when I died, it took me a while. If I did not come out of it, and I talk about it took me a while because I was lost. I have to admit. It's not like he died and I said, okay, I got it. I did not get it. It took about 6 months. But people around me knew. You know, some men of God will preach. She was like, let it go. And people say, don't mourn, because depression was the order of the day. And I wasn't being myself. Something like I don't know when I sleep in and out of depression. So people thought I was very important to God than for me to just kind of waste life, because I didn't know what direction to go. But you see, the day I cried out to God, I heard him very vividly. What God said, now you're going to let me. Now that confused me. Because I cried to bed, I cried to sleep every day. Wake up crying. I don't even know when I go from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, because it's like I'm still the same day. I wasn't doing anything, no eating. My house was in disarray and my children was lost. The day I say, God, please help, God said, now you're going to let me. I'm like, what are you talking about? In my head, I'm like, before then, Ike visited. Ike was like, you just gonna sit there and you just want to let everything fall apart. What's wrong with you? In my mind, I'm like, just get out of here. This was like dream. But that time I said, God, please help. I heard him say, now you're going to let me. I said, let you. Are you saying that you've been watching me suffer? But what I understood is that he is not going to force me to release control to him. Most of you are going to say, is he not God? God is not. You have to figure out that you need to know when to release your control, because you don't have the power. I don't have the power on whether I live or die. But what we do as human beings is that we tend to put ourselves in the position that we are capable. You know how a husband will die, they say it's the wife that killed him, and this person, oh, you made him die, you killed him. You don't have the power. Even if the person is being mistreated, God will allow them, God will do something to get them out of the situation they're in that will take their life. They are not coming out of it because they're not releasing the control to God. They want to stay there and dictate what happens, what they do. So God usually backs away and allow you. And when he feels that the struggle is too much, he's going to decide to just take you out. So whatever anybody does is between you and God. Let's say I did something to you that is bad. If you revenge to me in a bad way, you are liable. God is going to hold you in contempt, not me. I will serve what I do for me. I did to you, not because of the way you reacted. We tend to mix this up a lot. That's why you see people putting themselves in a position to feel like they have the power to inflict pain or to inflict punishment on somebody. Nobody has that power. You don't. Because what you're saying is that human beings have that power. Imagine what will happen in this world. See all this thing that is happening? Everybody must get what they sow. I just believe that some major negativity is happening because we as human is trying to navigate our way and control what's coming on to us, and we're not keeping our ways straight. And when that happens, God cannot turn away from it. Because it's a decision you have to make. Remember when Christ said, I come for the truth. We know Christ cannot save everybody in the world. That's what he wants to do. But he's not going to do that. He can't force anybody. You have to accept. You have to accept Christ. So that's the same way that you have to accept the level of decisions you're making. Nobody's going to shove it under you, say you must do this. That's why we need to be very careful. The day I release control of worrying about Ike's death, how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to eat, how I'm going to do this, that's the day I found peace. I've been having a leak in my roof for more than almost 6 months now. I have a big hole in my kitchen. I want to take a video of it because God is really doing wonderful. He's going to be taken care of somehow. And when I found how much it was going to cost for a new roof, I almost passed out because I took it to heart. I forgot there's someone that God is there waiting for me that is going to release control, right? Of course, it's enough to walk me up. But what you need to understand is that he already foresees some things before we even get there. Sometimes whatever we're seeing now has already gone through the process. It's just us being tested to go through it with faith or go through it by committing more sins and more atrocities on our way. Because sometimes when we don't have control of something, guess what we do? We react. And when you react, have you seen someone say, oh my gosh, you did it to me, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them back. And from getting them back, you're committing yourself. Remember, God already knows where this is going to end. God already seen it through. But because we want so much control, we're going to mess things up along the way. And you begin to commit all the things you're committing. And nothing actually works. Nothing actually works, but we're not allowing the process to go through. Because we want control. These are the things that, one of these, this is the thing that creates stress for us. That's why when people say there's stress, look at why you're stressing yourself. Oh, this is happening. This is happening. Are you the only one in this world? Why can't you find a way to flow? You need to flow and follow the process. That's the time you get. You need to stay still and let the process take in effect. But we want to control everything.